Okay, so here I am with one of my clients. If you notice, her Sisterlocks is pretty small. And if you look closer on the grids of her locks, she have them, we call this the micro Sisterlocks. And with the micro Sisterlocks, for those who got very fine hair, we put the micro Sisterlocks so they can become fuller as your time goes by. So this is our first retighten. Now a lot of you guys gonna ask questions about this client end. Now let me give you a point or two when it comes to the ends. Okay, so when she first got her installation, this did not show her true texture all the way, but we knew the pattern. I knew the pattern. As you can see, she have process ends, and those process ends we're not going to able to get in the technique. That's the first thing when it comes to, by the way, these are my signature nail. I'm gonna wear them like this for a while, so you guys are gonna see signature nails. That means it got scrappy, just a little bit of paint. So, and I'm gonna actually paint over it so it will be my signature nail. So what my client is experiencing, the back of her hair is not really slipping. So that was a good thing, because she was scared, and she was scared of about it being thin. And it's not thin. She was like, well, it got fuller. So over the period of time, she's gonna have beautiful Sisterlocks. This is my experience. I know how the customers are when it comes to their hair, and I become a counselor because it's my job. Now, you guys are looking at her hair, and if you notice that it's interlock all the way up to 3 or 4 inches of interlock, and there is something called slippage. Depending on your curl pattern of your micro locks, Sisterlocks, any type of small locks that you're getting by professionals, your locks can have something called slippage. And slippage is when the lock either slip from the roots and come up because your sweat glands from the sebum, from underneath the epidermis going down to the dermis of the keratin of the root of the hair, all that oily glands comes up and cause your hair to have slippage. She don't have slippage, but in the next couple months she might have slippage. She might not get slippage. One of the good things that this client did, even though I had to protect her hair, she got it colored. So if you're planning on getting your hair colored before you decide to get these small locks, it's best to do so, because that makes the procedure way more easier later on down the line. So get the color done before you decide to get your locks installed. And it grabs the shaft of the hair, and the cuticle become a little bit more rougher on the shaft of the hair, allowing the medulla of the shaft of the hair to grab the cuticle and change the texture through the atmosphere of your interlocking processing. Procedure processing, whichever one. So another question that you guys might ask is, so what happened to the ends of her hair? As she goes by, right now she's enjoying her curls, but it's our job to either get it groomed or she can get someone to groom it. So I will groom it because that is my job. So I wouldn't cut it. Even though some of them is shedding, I wouldn't cut it all the way. And in the next couple months, she will get our main product, which is our hair milk, and she will love the fabulous hair milk. She's dying right now to get the hair milk, but we're not going to give her the hair milk right now. So we use a little bit of our tropical punch oil, which is great for the scalp and the hair, and we suggest, if you're going to use it, put a little bit on your hand and just run it through your hair, because these are locks and we have very dry scalp, as Afro-Americans or Afro-Africans, and we need just a little bit of oil to keep the sheen of our hair. So don't let anyone tell you with these micro locks that you don't need oil. However, don't go home and pour oil because Nicole from Organik Nordaz say your hair need oil. What you can do is take 3 drops of oil from that little tube with approximately 4 ounces of water, distilled water, distillate water, rose water, boiling tea tree, with peppermint water that you have not water from the pipe, because water from the pipe will deteriorate and will turn into hard water. So you get these water and you shake it up with around 3 or 4 drops of oil, preferable vitamin E oil, and you drop 1 tablespoon of witch hazel water in that solution. Shake it up well and spray it on your hair during the time you have your hair. Or you can go to sudsandskin.com or oknzskin.com and purchase one of our fresher or tonic water that is preserved with a lot of ingredients and essential oils that you can use as a hair regimen with your small micro locks. Now, let me go ahead and finish up. Kim, can I say your name? Sorry. Yes. Kim got her locks done, and Kim paid for a certain amount of length. Now, you don't have to cut all your long hair off if you decide to get these locks done. You can basically get it done to a certain length and then let the rest of your hair grow out and start intertwining together and trim as you go. So you don't have to waste all that length of hair in the time, because some people are very uncomfortable on their length when they decide to get these Sisterlocks, micro interlock services. If you want to know more about Sisterlocks, Nordaz, micro interlocks, any type of locks procedure, natural hair weaving, and especially hair care and products, you can always send me an email or ask question through this video vlog. This is Nicole from Organik Nordaz, a holistic hair consultant and Suds and Skin. And Kim say goodbye, and I'll see you guys later.